Okay, getting first is always wonderful, especially with the time on Elf. Makes such a huge difference to how the game goes. So they've got a ramp strategy as well. It's funny when you play a certain deck, people seem to you seem to play other people with exactly the same strategy as yourself. Kind of strange. Also scary. They're going to get Azusa out here and 2 more lands. But I suppose it means they'll be reducing the number of cards in their hand. But that does also mean that what the hell else is in their hand, you know what I'm saying? That means their hand's going to have some scary things if they're not just playing lands. And also, only playing one suggests that they won't have a natural land drop here. But who knows? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can just go for the Kiora Bessa Sea God in our next turn. Okay, so they're ramping just as hard as we. But you know what? Eventually we might be able to steal either the Azusa or whatever else they play that's large, as long as the Kiora Bessa Sea God stays alive. It's a strange battle. It's almost like a boxing match where neither of the competitors are punching each other until the very last punch. Okay, that is annoying, because now she can just kill the Kiora Bessa Sea God. That is annoying indeed. But we can attack both of these into the Nissa, and if they block either of them, we just use... Oh no, that doesn't work how I intended. What can we do? She's going to get very annoying here. They're just going to block with the Azusa. Oh my goodness, this is going to be very tough. Okay, let's start drawing some cards, I suppose. Lotus Cobra, okay. I mean, I suppose it just helps us get bigger spells, but they're going to start making 3/3s and 4/4s, so on and so forth, and they can destroy more things if they want to.
Welcome, my companion.
Well, at least we can attack in with the Tatyova next turn and maybe give her hexproof. Explore. Interesting that they haven't managed to hit their lands every single turn, but there you go. I think with Azusa you need maybe 45 to 50 lands just to make it more effective. Here she is. Okay, let's draw a card and see what we get here. A Shire, interesting. So that will also trigger Tatyova again. Oh, and a Vorinclex. So that should be able to do it here. And let's just preemptively do this. Give her the hexproof indestructible. Yeah, we desperately need to kill that Nissa. And the mono green, so the worst case scenario they have is the Eldrazi. Yeah, we've got blue, so we've got a lot more kind of nuanced abilities. We can bounce, we can do other things, but 5, 6, 7, the One Ring. Now that is a very good card to get right now. But I think they're probably in desperation mode slightly. They actually can't get any counters on it because of the Vorinclex. That's interesting. The Vorinclex, so Vorinclex is stronger than the One Ring itself. So if we have a quick look at that, Vorinclex says if someone would get counter, they put half rounded down, and the ring says put a counter on it, then draw a card for each counter on it. Wow, Vorinclex, as if Vorinclex wasn't already expensive enough. You know, now we know it nerfs One Ring. That's bonkers. Landfall, let me remind myself. So this is life gain equals counters. Very similar to the Heliod. Yeah, I think we'll keep this. Freaking beach ball scared the hell out of me there. Don't expect an avatar to fly in front of your face on the left of the screen, I have to say. So if you gain life this turn, distribute that many counters amongst any number of other creatures. There's 4 mana though. It's a little bit slow, but they've got green in the deck. Let them ramp. So they decided to keep the hand, but now they've decided to just go and have a piss break or something. Nice. Always love that. So next time we're going to go for Into the North into blue source, I think. Okay. Looking for some removal for the Lathiel would be good. No ramp yet, so we got a bit lucky to avoid early Lathiels. Cause Celebrant. Okay. So yeah, we'll go for the Scoot Swarm into the Elf, I think. And then we'll have access to 5 mana in the following turn. And then we can think about what we want to do. EV gain life, distribute that many counters. Heliod. So they've got a Heliod as well. Sure. So how do I get more mana here? Guess we go for the Nissa.
What a strange and magnificent world. The land shall come.
And I think we're just going to leave the mana up for the Snakeskin Veil. In case they try and kill one of our creatures, we want to give them hexproof. Centaur Pacemaker. Gain 4. And then the Heliod's going to put more counters on stuff as well. This could be troublesome, but we do have a bounce spell. 2/5 and a 4/4. Interesting. What are they going to do here? They're going to swing in? Nope. Okay. Broken Bond. Still no land. And I guess we'll untap something to try and have a bit of defense. Again, leaving up the green for the Snakeskin Veil. And as long as we get a land on the next turn, we should be awesome. Because I think I'm going to just ultimate this. So whenever we play a land, we draw cards. So this ultimate is essentially like having another Tatyova on the field. Except for you don't gain the life. Nothing else. So they are going to gain a lot of life here. Well, not a lot, but... And they can give it lifelink by paying 2 with a Heliod as well. But I just... Yeah, they don't have trample, so I think we're okay for now. Please give us a land. Or we're going to get in trouble. Oh my goodness. 6 counters. Jesus. That's pretty scary. Okay, here we go. Things are about to get interesting as we get to draw 2 cards with every land drop here. And get a Scoot Swarm. Well, not quite yet, but draw a card. So we can do this at instant speed, and we can also bounce something at some point. Yeah, I think we are going to play defensive, which is going to be interesting. So when we use the Rolling Regrowth, we're actually going to draw 4 cards. I'll be surprised if they manage to win through this, because we have so much defense now. They're going to swing with those 2. Yeah, so let's go for the Regrowth here. We also get a little Scoot Swarms from this. This is crazy. Oh my goodness, look at these triggers, guys. Basically, any ramp is just so pushed here. And these are Scoot Swarms. But we could just tank this, right? Because we're going to gain... I don't feel like that's that bad. Hunter's Insight. So we don't want them to draw cards. So now I will actually bounce this. Yeah. screw that. I'm not allowing them to draw 7. I think that would be the end, because I'd have life and advantage in every other way. So, what shall we do? Let's get some... just loads of everything. Oh my goodness, yeah. That was going to be brutal. We would have drawn 4 more cards. We could have broken Bond, destroying the Breaching Evolution, play another land, play another natural land. We could have also played the Stomper. That would have been insanity. Every land equals 2 draws. Wow. Crazy, crazy. Right, so this hand is pretty bad. Only blue mana. And we've got green cards. So we're going to mull this. And this is quite a lot better. We're playing Nora, man. If you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know I hate saying this card. Nora. Whatever. This guy's very high on the list, though, of cards that people play. I think he's... I don't know why, because it's so... It's kind of... It's just rats. It's just rats everywhere. Yep, so we're just going to bide our time. We don't need to rush anything out here. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana on the next turn, so they've got Pack Rat, okay. Yeah, I think we'll go for the Cobra here. And then in the following turn... So we can even make ourselves a food as well. See, in the following turn we'll be able to get a few more mana with the Entish Restoration. They're not doing anything, okay. So they're just going to make another Pack Rat. If we had a creature power 4, though, we'd be able to get 3 lands. Don't know what to do now. Get 2 mana. So if we do this, we'll get 2 lands coming in tapped, which gives us an extra... I think I'm just going to go for the 1 ring here. I want to draw natural lands. Feels a bit early for the 1 ring, really, but... When a Landfall deck misses land drops, that's a bad feeling. Okay, so we do get a land. And then we can go for the Shaper's Sanctuary. So if for any reason they target our creatures, we will get to draw a card. I mean, it's unlikely because I think their deck is just rats. Not sure how much removal is actually in a Marinora deck. Discard a card, get a Pack Rat. Oh my. It's just loads of rats. They could literally win. Fading Hope. No land drops again, and they've got 18 power on board. Oh my goodness. And on top. Another land on top later. So we've got 3 mana. Or 4 mana, should I say. Maybe we go for the invasion now. Get some more mana here. And I think we're going to use the Fading Hope to bounce one of the rats. The rat tokens. Slow them down a little bit. And weirdly, a land on top is actually fine. So we just want to slow them down a little bit. 4 rats have fear, so we can't block them now. It's 14. Okay, so we are in a lot of trouble. So we need an answer for the Marinora Raven form. So we need to draw the Raven form, right? So we can do that here. Hullbreaker Horror on top. Man, we are literally playing with fire. Exile the Nora. Although saying that, if they do get 1 more land, they can just play it again, can't they? So are we just dead? 4, 5... Oh no, they need 2. 4, 5... 6. Okay, sure. Hero's Downfall. So we get to draw a card, but we can also give her Hexproof. which is nice. And they're going to attack in. And so I think we're just going to block. We need to take down some of them. And sadly, I think the Cobra should probably block here as well. But we need to get rid of them now to reduce their total power. Otherwise, we're going to die from the... Well, the One Ring is going to kill us as well. How do we not die from the One Ring here? We basically need to get more lands, don't we? I'm very worried. Oh, I am very worried here. We do gain 3 and draw 3, though. Scoot, Swarm, Uro. Okay, we might be okay then, to be honest. We just need more blockers, though, don't we? So let's get some blockers with the Scoot Swarm here. Blockers and just general life is always good, isn't it? Okay, so we'll pass to them, 4-5. So there's still 2 mana off going for the Marinora again. Unless they somehow got one of the lands that taps for loads of mana. They're going to create an extra rat. They discarded a kill spell for that. Okay. Oof. Jeez. Damn, I think we got really lucky there. We got really lucky, because if we hadn't killed the Marinora early on, we would have just completely died to unblockable. My goodness, that's a scary deck. I can see why it's up there now. Sweet, so we get the Hellish Mystic in our opening hand. We always have to keep that, right? We have to keep that, and we can only play it because Divine Glimmer Snarl allows us to come in untapped with the Gate to the Manaborn. These sleeves are proven to be very popular, aren't they? These let's say heavily played sleeves, which is slightly ironic given that in real life they decrease the value of cards. Next turn, the Shaper Sentry's coming out, I think, to give us some cards when they kill our things. Or they're just going to kill our things now. Okay, that's a real shame. I guess the cut down is necessary because Ragavan is in the format. What? That is odd, I have to say. That is very odd. And yeah, we'll just pass a turn. We'll probably just be using the Harrow on their end step. Crucius. Man, this is going to be a tough game. They just have us at so many angles here. Sacrifice this land. And putting stuff on the yard is fine, because we're going to get the Uro out. Get a few more forest out because of Nissa. And they nerfed him to have 1 toughness, but I honestly don't think that was a big enough nerf. We go for Nissa here. And they probably have a kill spell, right? We'll have to see. And we might as well attack, because if they block with that, I'm not too bothered. Although they will be able to cast them again. So, it's not a great situation. They've had a lot of advantage in the early turns. They're thinking about blocking. But if they do that, they'll have to use at least 1 treasure when they recast Crucius, so they might not want to. Okay, they're legit just going to go for it. Interesting. Again, more stuff to fuel the Uro in our yards. We just need to draw some lands. Kind of surprised they blocked with that, because it would have just given them more ramp later on. And a freaking rankle. Okay. Are they going to go to my face or to... They're going to go for the face. Wow, they just don't care. Each player discards and then draws. Okay, well, I think the Zendikar Royal is just too slow now. And they've got flies anyway. Home Stream Navigator and a land. What a strange concession there. They had a rankle out. They used a treasure to do that. So I feel like, what do they want? Just a basic land? Strange plays. They had the upper hand the whole time. Okay, so facing Adeline, mono white aggro. They get to go first. We have some expensive cards in our hand. I think we're just going to mulligan this. Okay, this is a lot better. We get to do some earlier stuff now. Curse of Silence. They're going to make Tatyova cost 7 mana. That always sucks. Curse of Silence, in a way, is kind of ridiculous. They banned Dryneth Magistrate, which says you cannot cast stuff from the command zone and exile. But then Curse of Silence is basically the same thing. Okay. Hello, Louis. So Louis just broken into my room. Hello.
Yeah.
You okay? You gonna see Mummy? Right. So what are we gonna do then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can. My goodness, it's making our stuff cost so much. We can go for the filter out to just make their stuff go away. But I think we'll just do that in their turn, I think. You okay? Just woken up from your nap. Invasion of Gobakhan. So they're basically going to make everything in our deck cost 2 more, which is just insanity. That's actually really irritating. So their entire deck is just... This is just a Death and Taxes build. Ward... Yeah, so we're not going to cast anything this game. Okay, be careful with that, Louis. Oh my goodness, he's discovered the Lego. Louis, go to Mummy. Just shut the door, lovey. Thanks. Hello, welcome back to another MTG Josh video. Today we are revisiting Tatyova, Benthic Druid. I just wanted to see how strong she was this year, because the last time I made this deck was last year. And the way I wanted to make it this time was be a bit evil. So I've made an extra turns build with Tatyova. But I honestly think that even with the extra turn cards, it's still kind of an average deck, just because of the way I've built it. There's no counter spells, you know, I'm not stopping the opponent do anything. We're just basically ramping and drawing cards, just doing the Simic thing. So the extra turn cards we include, there's the general ones that we all know, like Khan's Temporal Sundering. We have Alrund's Epiphany. But we also have some weird ones like Teferi's Ultimate here, which is the -10 to take 2 extra turns after this one. And we've got one that we don't see very often in Time Stream Navigator. I thought it'd be interesting to use this. It's basically a turns tribal deck. There's not many, there's about 7 or 8, but this one requires you to have the city's blessing in order to do this. But I was thinking, because Tatyova ramps so much, you're going to be putting lots of lands into play anyway, so why not give this card a go? The win cons in the deck, apart from the turns cards like Time Warp, they're just big things. So you've got Coma, which comes down. It's pretty tough to kill. Keeps giving you 3/3s every single turn. One with the Multiverse is quite an exciting card as well, because it lets you play lands at the top, which draws you more cards, but also lets you play 1 free spell a turn from the top of your deck or your hand, which is really awesome. Cure Best to Sea God makes an 8/8, taps your opponent's stuff down, and then steals one of their things, which is so obnoxious. This card can win the game by itself. Jinga Taxis is a huge threat. Stops them playing Magic. This is probably the most evil card in the deck, really, if you can resolve it. And then you can copy your extra turn spells if you want to. But again, 7 mana, it's going to be a bit tricky to get to. Hullbreaker Horror, similar territory. You can stop your opponent playing stuff, but as I said, you have to get 7 mana at first and then do lots of other things. Vorinclex as well is just a nice way to beat them to death. We don't have too many Planeswalkers. We've got we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we've got about 6 walkers. So Vorinclex does synergize with those pretty well. But again, I just like the fact that it stops your opponents getting counters and it slams them in for 6 as well. Apart from all the win cons, we have the regular Landfall trigger cards like Scoot Swarm, giving you millions of scooty, swarmy creatures. And that works really well with things like Course of Crucifix, which lets you play lands off the top of your deck. Same with the Oracle of Moldiah. And yeah, the rest is just basically landfall, landfall, draw, landfall, draw. If you like the look of this deck list, it will be in the description box below, so make sure to check that out and tell me what you think. And tell me if you think Tatyova is still a valid commander in 2023, given how things have just crept up in power. As I said before, it's just interesting to see how old commanders do in new metas. I do like doing that. That is something that I enjoy, not just new cards all the time. And yeah, if you'd like to donate to the channel and greatly help the channel, support the channel, you can check out my links below. I have a Patreon, so if you want to become a patron, you get if you join the middle tier, you get a free video, a custom video of your choice made for you. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.